Alright, I'm doing Angel Burn by L.A. Weather? I don't know. I don't have the book. I don't know what happened to it. I think it turned into back to the library. I don't know. I'm losing my head. Alright, okay, so I'm going to try to make this more legit instead of just my opinion. Like, you know what I mean. Like, okay, so the first thing I noticed, the first couple pages were really shaky. It was confusing. Like, she kind of just jumped right in. Like, she didn't eat you in nastily. Like, she kind of just expected you to know this. She didn't explain things really well. But she does later. Because, like, Alex, from his point of view, which, for some reason, at the beginning of the book, I loved it more than Willow's point of view. For some reason. I don't know. And then I started to love it. Anyways, he was talking about something like, he was talking about Angel Burn, and I was like, what the heck is it? I was really confused. And it was first, like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just, the first 100 pages weren't as good as the rest. Okay, so this is an opinion. I don't know why. Okay, so I spell okay like O-K-A-Y, like a normal person. I don't know why, but she spells it with a capital O, capital K. Why does that annoy me? Like, I want to scream at the book. There's points that I was, like, reading it and I was really good part, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. And then I was like, okay. I was like, you ruined it. She did. And I think most of it was because they said it so much. It was like every page they were saying okay. When they were talking, it was almost every other sentence. They said it a lot. Because I think that's why it was annoying me, maybe. Because I read numbers and it spelled okay, capital O, capital K, and I didn't want to scream at it. I don't know. I'm just odd and awkward. But I guess, I don't know. Maybe it was because I read numbers after Angel Burn, so I was used to it. Okay, so after the first 100 pages and stuff, it's adorable. I'm like sitting here like, oh my god. And like, they haven't even gotten to the fluff yet. And I'm like, it's so freaking adorable even without the fluff. Because it's just like what they're thinking and stuff. And I'm like, and some of it's annoying because they're like, no, he hates me. I'm part angel. But no, he's so hot. I love him. Really, guys. And he's just like, no, I can't like her. She's supposed to be my enemy. No, no. It was so frustrating when they would do that. And then they'd be sweet. And then they'd be sweet. And I'd be like, forget about the frustrating. And then they'd be frustrating again. So, it was, for some reason, in books, I don't like when the love triangle moves really fast. That's one of the downfalls of Wolves of Mercy Falls. Because I was in love with that story, but it felt like they just fell in love right away. Like, hey, I just met you. You were naked on my porch. Yeah, let's fall in love. That's one of the things I didn't like. That's why I don't really care for Romeo and Juliet. Because they're like talking. Hands. Yes, I feel your hand. It's soft. You're like bright torches and nightlight. Hands. Your hands are soft. I shall kiss them. and then they kiss, and they're like, I love you, let's get married. That's one of the reasons I don't like Romeo and Juliet. I'm kind of awkward. It is. So it didn't move fast. And like, even when, you know how like you read these stories and they're like so good, and then it's just suddenly you're reading and it feels like you have like 200 pages more to go. Say it's a 400-page book, and then it ends. Like, you read it really fast, and I did the same thing with Unwinded, which is my favorite book of all time. And I read it so fast, and I was just like, suddenly it was over, and I was like, why is it over? It wasn't like a bad over, like suddenly it just chopped off. It just suddenly I finished it, and I was like, I thought I had more to go. I didn't want to finish it. So it didn't move really fast, but I read it in a decent amount of time. 3 days maybe? Not 4. Yeah, 3 days I think. Not 2, I think that was too soon. Because I started it over the weekend, and I read it one day in school. Oh, it was about 3. Yeah. Okay, so spoiler! I'm going to talk and rant and be like, oh my god, it's so adorable! Because it is. And I recommend this to everyone. Because it's awesome. I get it. 4 stars, which is pretty great. Not on my top 5, but in my top 10. Alright, spoilers. Like I said before, I preferred Alex's point of view to Willow's. I thought it was kind of boring. I don't know why. I don't know. Did anyone else think that Willow's point of view was boring to read in the first 100 pages? Like, after that, it was okay. I enjoyed it. I ended up loving the character. Like, alright, so Jonah, I think that's his name, and Razzles, it's not Razzles, but I'm going to call him that, the angel. Okay, so, oh my god, I wanted to skip that part so bad. Like, sure, it had important information, it was okay, but I was totally over it. And a sec, I was just like, yeah, not really. Maybe it kind of foreshadowed, yeah, definitely foreshadowed, but I didn't really like it. Okay, so I kind of got used to. I knew he wasn't doing it to be a jerk, being cold to Willow to be a jerk. He was kind of a jerk, and I kind of wanted to be like and stuff, but it wasn't that bad, which I hated him. I didn't. It wasn't so bad that I hated him. And then he turned suddenly really nice, and he wouldn't shut up. Like, he kept talking and saying too nice of things. Like, I guess it's okay to say nice things, but kind of, he talked a lot. And some of the stuff was kind of annoying. Okay, so, and I wanted to scream at them to realize they both like each other. It was so annoying. It was frustrating because they're like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. I love him, but he hates me. No, I shouldn't be in love with you. And I was like, oh my god, just like each other already. And then they did. It was so cute. And I was like, I'm a sucker for cute love triangles. Yeah, I don't know why, but I am. That's why I like the first book of Hush Hush, which the cuteness kind of went all the way downhill after that. And that's why I like the other books. And Before I Fall. And this book, because it's adorable. They're so cute together. Okay, so at the end, for some reason, this whole story reminds me of a little bit of Romeo and Juliet. Oh my gosh. I was so worried that Willow was going to die. She was laying there, passed out, and he could see her aura gone. And he was like, I wonder if I'll die if I get angel burn. Alex was wondering that. I was like, oh my god, don't kill yourself. And I was going, oh my god, I can't believe that Willow's dead. And then he's sitting there thinking that he should die. And I was like, seriously. You can tell this author was inspired by Romeo and Juliet. Because I was freaking scared that they were going to die. And I loved these characters. And I started liking them even more. And then she was about to make them die. And I didn't know they were going to live. If they lived, because I didn't know it was a trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. Yeah, but it might. So I didn't know that it'd be another book, like Pandemonium. I thought Alex would die. And I did say there were spoilers. So if you haven't read Pandemonium, I did say there were spoilers earlier. Sorry. Okay, so it was a pretty good book overall. I enjoyed it. Some people might find it annoying, but I liked it. So, read. I recommend it to you guys. You should read it.